Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good Monday. Wasn't the best of days, but it surely has been better than the days that I experienced in July in terms of volatility and everything. Last week ended on a high note. I guess I had higher expectations for today, but that's fine. This was a Monday, and when things don't work out, you take what the market gives you. And that's exactly what we did today. And then, too, it boils down to stock selection. The stocks, you can select the stocks that move just a little bit, or you can be in the ones that move a lot. It's really, whether you select the right ones or not. And HZMP intrigued me because I sent this out last night. I tweeted this last night. This was one of my key earnings watches for this morning. And I thought it was going to be garbage. I knew we were going to reject this, possibly gap down, move all the way back down to this $10 range here. I mean, that's what I was looking for. But when we opened and we got this gap, I'm like, no way. There's no way this thing should be gapped up like this. So I couldn't wait until 8 o'clock and, take a short position on this. And I did. I got in, but it just didn't do. I had a bid down here to cover, and it didn't get hit. It just sat there, and it just didn't get picked up. And then we got bought back up. I mean, admittingly, these things are pretty quick. So, and my orders are probably the last ones on the totem pole to get filled. So, didn't surprise me. But as it came back, I went ahead and took it. I initially wanted to take it all off, but this was kind of an accident. I took half of it off, and then on this candle, I did. By then I was frustrated. I just took it all off. Still had a decent profit, but it wasn't what it could have been, because had I just held on to it and just let it work, eventually it sold off going into the open. So I would have picked up a couple more dollars right before the open. So that was a pre-market trade. I did trade the opening, but this, I accidentally took it in the wrong account to start with. I took it in my swing account, the one that I'm designated for, my swing trades, and I ended up taking it in it by mistake. So once I switched over, I traded it with the right account. But I had I knew this was coming back. I knew it. Based on everything that I looked at, nothing over here told me that we should be gapping up and running. I mean, absolutely nothing. So, PLAY was the one that I took in my swing account. And if you ever have a question about which account I'm working in, the MBS, this is the new one. This is the prefix for the new account, MBS. That's going to be the swing account. And this is what I had designated for swings. But I had a little challenge with it this morning because I realized that I wired out too much money and I only had like $2,000 in it, which is very difficult to swing trade a $60 stock with $2,000. So I got in, and it was a little bit late because I was watching MD, which was my main watch, and we'll cover that here in a minute. But I got in a little bit late, which is fine on a swing trade. I'm not worried about being 20 cents late on the entry. That's not important because I'm looking for a lot bigger moves. On a day trade, if I'm looking for 60, 70 cents, 20 cents is going to be a big deal. But if I'm looking for 4 or 5 points, 20 cents is not going to be a big deal. So I got in. my stop was risk on the low of the previous day, which is typical for me in a swing trade, and I just let it work. And not really knowing, not really paying attention until I went to log out. When I was eating some lunch, I just went to log out, and then it told me that I was over my 2-to-1 limit. So I was like, as soon as if I get another pop up here, I'm just going to take some profit off. So I just took 100 shares off. I didn't calculate it out like I should have. And even after the 100 shares, I was still too heavy. So I just let it work. It pulled back. And I was like, well, whatever it is around, a little after 3:15, I'm going to come see where we're at, and I'll dump it. And we got the break through 61, and I took it. I just took the 35 shares off that I was too heavy. I just took it. And so now I'm only in small on this, but if I get 3 or 4 points on it, it's going to be a decent add to this account. But in Speed Trader, I loaded up on this thing. I got it at 60.20 in Speed Trader. So I actually entered in Speed Trader first, and then came over here and got an entry in here. It was actually slippage that what got me. Because I was marketing in, and slippage killed me on this one. But we're off to a good start. I've already locked in over, well over $100 on this, so we're in good shape. Well, here's a daily chart, and the target on this is up here just through 64. That's the target on this trade. And what I'm gonna have to do until I get my account up to $3,500 or so is kind of stick to stocks below $40. $40 and below, I can swing trade in Speed Trader. In Short Trader. The rest that have real big potential, I'll just take them in my regular account. But I'm pretty pleased with the way this went. So I'm looking for this to open and continue to push up. It'd be beautiful if it gapped up several dollars and hit this tomorrow, and that allow me to, look and see if we can find another trade for the rest of the week. I don't mind getting in one on Wednesday, looking for it to mature by Friday. That's highly possible, highly likely. Alright, so MD, this is the one that I wanted to get, and you can see what happened. It opened right where I wanted it to. I'm looking to enter this and get my entries set up. This thing ran all the way up and then slammed back down. It made this huge move within 2 minutes. And so, I was like, well, nah, this is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I waited to see if we were gonna, push over this level, and I was gonna go from there, but just never materialized. So I left it alone and, jumped on PLAY, and that's why I was a little bit late on it. Okay, now, so the market opens. I'm still got my eye on HZMP. I only got a tiny bit of this sell-off. I was looking for the rest of it. I missed this there, step down. So I was looking for the move down to red to green, green to red, and the 200. So got in here after this. It made this big dip. I got in it on the way back up. After it had kind of rejected VWAP. Then this one opened up, and I was like, that's fine. I'm still below the 9 and the 20, and it immediately sold off. So I felt pretty good about this. Ended up covering it here. First cover at 13.38, which was almost 50 cents on the first one. And then I just held this and held this and held this and held this and held this. Actually, I don't even see the last cover on here at 14.49. Yeah, and I got out at 13.34. I just dumped it because I just got tired of waiting. It would not fade. It would not come down. It drove me insane. But I actually dumped it because I wanted to catch HTZ. I knew this was up on air. I knew this was up on Fluff. It was supposed to report earnings, and CAR was reporting earnings after the close. So I was looking for the flush. And when we lost the 9 and the 20 here, I jumped all on this thing. Because I knew we were going to get a big fade into the close, possibly a little wash after market. And I got in and ended up getting stopped out. But I didn't make the mistake of turning around and walking away. I stayed engaged because I had a solid thesis. Based on, I made a sheet just like I did for, where is it? Yeah, just like I did for HZMP. I had the same thing for CAR and HTZ. So I knew what I was looking for. So I reset right after close. I got in at 15.24, and soon as CAR reported earnings, this thing slammed down. First cover came at 14.49. The next one I got at 14.24 as it got pushed through the 200, and then we started to bounce, and I went ahead and took it off here at 14.49 because we were starting to bounce. So I mean, this kind of made my day exciting. I wish I was at my desk when it happened. I've got a laptop, so I can just take it wherever. If I'm doing something else in the house or whatever I'm doing, I've got a tablet that I could take, and I have a laptop. So, and after market, I've got so much going on. But this is exactly what I was looking for. Nailed it and shut it down for the day. I mean, that's it. So tomorrow, now I'm looking for PLAY to continue. I'll keep my eye on some other watches that we have to see if we're going to be able to get some more out of that trade, or if I'm going to be able to enter in another swing trade. This is what it's all about. Also, if you're interested, we are starting a new swing trade class on Thursday. I've got a couple more seats. I am limiting how many people I take in, because once you sign up for the course, you have lifetime access, meaning you can come take the course many times. And I don't want to have so many people in there that I can't address any questions, or I'm ended up spending an hour answering everybody's question because I have too many people in the class. So the size will be limited as of all my classes, but I do still have room if you want to join in. Just either go to averagejoetrader.com and under services, and you'll see where you can sign up for the class. Or if you are a yearly subscriber, just email me and I'll let you know what your discounted price would be. And part of that class, we have a watch list building strategy session on Sunday. And just to give you an idea of kind of the stocks that we look for, just a quick peek. What I do is I take the stocks we have on watch, and I just make a file for them. And here we're watching CAB, MD, NUVA. This one failed. This one we knew we were behind on anyway, because here was the signal, and this was the trigger day here on Friday. So we knew we had missed that. PDCO was another one we were looking at. PLAY, obviously this is the one that we took. We were looking for it to hold this descending support here, and try to make the move back up. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. PI, we saw it made some moves today. That's on our swing watch. And then I do the earnings. This is what I do later in the day. TSN I was looking at, it was made my watch. HZNP, obviously. FOLD was a disappointment. So all of those are stocks that we were watching. And we go through it, we talk about it, look at the setup, and just build a watch list. And then if it triggers an entry, I'm a simple guy, so my entries are going to be simple, but they're going to be effective. They're going to make sense, and it's either a go or no go situation pretty much. And that's kind of the way it is, in my industry. So I just brought that over, and we use that as we plan our trades. But everybody have a great day, a great evening, a great night, or a morning if you're on the other side. But we'll be back at it bright and early tomorrow morning in chat. We'll see you then.